Good morning, you guys. Today we are talking about remainders. And because I know what remainders are, I know that we are talking about division. So let's go ahead and read this problem. Erica and two friends are playing a game of dominoes. There are 19 dominoes in the set. Erica wants each player to receive the same number of dominoes. Can she divide them equally among the three players? Why or why not? You can use an array to find the numbers of dominoes each player will receive. Use 19 tiles to represent the 19 dominoes. Make an array to find how many rows of 3 are in 19 and if there are any left over. Left over means remainder. So it says we're going to make a row of 3 tiles. So the first thing we need to do is actually start off with those 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. The next part of our problem told us that we are going to take these 19 dominoes, or blocks, as you can see that I used, and put them in rows of 3. So that means we're only going to have 3 in each row. That's 1 row of 3, 2 rows of 3, 3 rows of 3, 4 rows of 3, 5 rows of 3, 6 rows of 3, and then we have this extra one here. But remember, division is about putting things in groups equally. So if all of these other groups that we have here each have 3, and then this group doesn't have a full 3 in there, then we haven't grouped them equally. So that means this one needs to sit out, and it is what we call the remainder. So far what we know is we started out with 19 total dominoes or tiles. If you want to use beans, that's okay. If you want to use pennies, that's okay. And then we broke them up and divided them equally into rows of 3. So that means we had 19, and then we divided it into 3. And we were left with, how many groups did we have? Well, we have 1 group of 3 here, 1 group of 3 here. So that's 2 groups of 3. Now we have 3 groups of 3, 4 groups of 3, 5 groups of 3, and 6 groups of 3. So that tells me that 19 total tiles, when we divide them into groups of 3, we have 6 groups with 1 remainder. So we're going to put an R next to that, and then I'm just going to put the number 1. So 19 tiles divided into groups of 3 will give you 6 total groups with a remainder of 1. So if we go ahead and finish our problem here, it says find the number of rows of 3 tiles and the number of tiles left over. Record your answer. We know we have 6 rows of 3 tiles because we had 6 groups. And then we had 1 left over. So how many does each player get? Well, we also know that it was Erica and her 2 friends. So that gives me a total of 3 different people. So let's say we take a group and we give 1 to Erica, 1 to one friend, and then 1 to another friend. I'm going to put our remainder over here to the side. So now we have another group. We're going to give this 1 to Erica, 1 to her other friend, and then another to her other friend, because she had a total of 2 friends that were playing with her. So now if we look at this, how many did each friend get? Well, this friend had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This friend had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Erica had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each player gets 6 dominoes, and there's 1 that's going to be remaining.